R8ONG's Gia Giudice lands job with immigration attorney. Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Real Housewives of New Jersey star Gia Giudice, daughter of OG Teresa and Gia Giudice, makes a big announcement about her future career. Teresa and Gia Giudice's daughter, Gia Giudice, recently shared some good news with the Real Housewives of New Jersey fans after revealing she was hired for a job with an immigration attorney. The eldest daughter of Teresa has been a big part of the Garden State franchise thanks to her temperamental personality. REONG fans have watched her grow from a singing kid into a successful university student. The practicing attorney shared the good news with a photo of Gia sitting behind a desk, with the video caption referring to her as the next generation. In the video's comments, Kathleen wrote that Gia is looking forward to helping immigrants and that the reality TV star has a big heart, since the work she will be doing hits close to home. In her own Instagram post, Gia took the famed words of Legally Blonde's Elle Woods after sharing the same video, writing, "What? Like it's hard?" The Martinez firm is known for its immigration cases, and RHONG fans will recall that Gia's father, Joe, was deported back in 2019 after spending 41 months behind bars. Gia is currently a senior at Rutgers University and will start her new job at the age of 22 after her graduation in the spring. Gia's father, Joe, will never be allowed back into the United States and has been calling the Bahamas and Italy his new homes. Joe was born in Italy and moved to the United States when he was a small boy. The contractor never obtained his American citizenship and was deported as a felon. REONG fans will recall that in 2013, both Joe and Teresa were indicted for filing a false bankruptcy report, trying to avoid announcing how much they had earned over the years. Joe also had other charges brought against him too, and was indicted for failing to file tax returns between 2004 and 2008. As the oldest Giudice sibling, Gia had always taken the issue of her father's permanent deportation extremely hard, and from day one, revealed she wanted to be a lawyer to help others like her father. At one point, she even tried to start a petition to get the president to overturn his case, to no avail. REONG Season 13 is set to premiere this month, with Teresa returning in her head role. Gia will also make an appearance, seemingly between studying for the LSATs and enjoying the last few months of school. Dolores Catania admits she's anxious about RHONG Season 13 reunion. Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Longtime cast member, Dolores Catania, recently says that she is anxious for the taping of the Real Housewives of New Jersey Season 13 reunion. The Real Housewives of New Jersey cast member, Dolores Catania, has said that she feels anxious for the upcoming taping of the Season 13 reunion. Dolores has been an instrumental cast member for many seasons and has had her fair share of stressful reunions. While Dolores is not in the middle of much of the drama on this season, she does have a front row seat to the destruction of relationships on the show. On a recent episode of the Pay Attention Police podcast, the Real Housewives of New Jersey's Dolores Catania shared her thoughts on the highly anticipated reunion that is set to tape very soon. Dolores said that she felt a lot of anxiety leading up to the taping because of the ongoing feud between Melissa Gorga and Teresa Giudice that has divided the friend group. Dolores then went on to say, "Anxiety is one thing, I'm actually afraid, in regard to what may occur at the reunion. This will be the first time Melissa and Teresa face each other since a large blowout fight that occurred over the summer. Over the summer, Melissa and Teresa got into a blowout fight at the home of Paul Connell, Dolores' boyfriend. It is alleged that the fight was about Teresa spreading rumors about Melissa's infidelity, which will air later on the current season of RHONG. The fight led Melissa and husband Joe Gorga, Teresa's brother, to skip Teresa's wedding at the end of the summer. The sisters-in-law have not spoken since this fight, and Dolores feels that it may be time for them to go their separate ways. Dolores is worried that the two sisters-in-law may get physical at the reunion, hence the reason for much of her anxiety. Dolores has also said that she has not chosen sides in the matter, putting her in more of a Switzerland situation, another reason for her to be anxious. At the end of the day, it is not up to Dolores to solve the years-long feud between Teresa and Melissa. However, her decision to not choose sides in the matter has caused some issues in her friendship with Teresa. Dolores' anxiety and fear in relation to the reunion is warranted, based on what has been aired thus far on the Real Housewives of New Jersey Season 13. Considering the drama and fights that have occurred in the first few episodes in the season, it is scary to assume what could be coming next. The reunion that is about to be taped could be one of the most insane ones to ever be a part of the franchise, at least if Dolores' fears are correct. R8ONG's Teresa Giudice claims Luis wanted Joe Gorga's approval. Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Following Luis Ruelas' remark about wearing his father-in-law's pajamas on the Real Housewives of New Jersey, Teresa Giudice clears the air. The Real Housewives of New Jersey star Teresa Giudice defended her husband after his comment to Joe Gorga about wearing his father-in-law's pajamas left viewers stumped. Teresa and her brother Joe have been neck-deep in family drama since the latter and his wife, Melissa Gorga, decided to skip Teresa's wedding to Luis in August 2022. While the women have been the usual culprits in the drama, things got physical between Joe and Luis in one episode of RHONJ Season 13, following an argument over the wedding guest list. Since then, Luis Ruelas seems to be working to get on his brother-in-law's good side. Viewers got a glimpse of this in an awkward conversation between the two men in a teaser for the next episode of RHONG Season 13 episode. In an interview with People shortly after the teaser, the Real Housewives of New Jersey's Teresa Giudice defended her husband's pajamas comment, calling it an attempt to win over her brother's approval. I knew he was just coming from a loving place towards my brother, she explained. He wanted my brother's approval. He was like, poor guy. I feel bad for him. I know he was trying so hard to just wanting to love my brother and vice versa. Regarding Luis' confession about wearing her late dad, Giacinto Gorga's pajamas, Teresa clarified that her husband was only referring to brand new pajamas that her late dad never wore. According to her, she decided to give away some of her dad's clothes after his death, and Luis happened to be the recipient of the pajamas. The only thing I gave Luis was a pair of pajamas that my dad never used. They were, I think, Ralph Lauren that he never used. They weren't his actual pajamas that my dad wore, Teresa explained. Somehow, when Luis tried voicing out the gesture to his brother-in-law, it sent the wrong message. Joe and Teresa's dad Giacinto died from pneumonia in April 2020. The death hit the family hard. 3 years prior, they suffered the loss of the family matriarch Antonia, making the siblings more likely to depend on each other for support. Hence, Luis playing the emotional card by bringing up their dad the way he did rubbed off on him negatively. His statement, "I live with your 4 nieces. I wear your father's pajamas at night to make them feel safe and loving. Do you know that?" may have been an attempt to extend an olive branch to Joe, but in the wrong context, it could be perceived as insensitive. Of course, Teresa's explanation while discussing her partnership with the puzzle game Best Fiends somewhat clears the air. Going by her beliefs, Luis could indeed be coming from a loving place. While the outcome of the awkward conversation remains to be discovered, Joe's blank expression in the teaser hints at a possible fallout between the two men again. That could cause the already fractured relationship between Teresa, Joe, and, by extension, their respective spouses to worsen. Not that it makes much difference to RHONG viewers, who already saw the worst of the Gorgas during Teresa's wedding drama. Teresa Giudice reportedly misleads RHONJ cast about Gorgas rejecting Gia. Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Teresa Giudice reportedly lies to her Real Housewives of New Jersey castmates about why the Gorgas didn't allow Gia to visit their shore home. During a recent episode of the Real Housewives of New Jersey, Teresa Giudice claimed that Melissa and Joe Gorga didn't allow their niece, Gia Giudice, to stay at their shore house. But that may not have been the whole truth. Teresa and her brother Joe have had many issues in the past, many of which have played out on screen. This has vastly strained the familial relationship, resulting in very minor fights that blow up, such as this one. A source told Page 6 that Rhobh star Teresa Giudice's words in a recent episode may have not been entirely true. She alleged that Joe and Melissa iced Gia out and didn't let her stay at their vacation home on the Jersey Shore. However, it has been revealed that this actually occurred when Gia was underage and she asked to stay during a weekend when Joe and Melissa were not at the house. Gia reportedly wanted to bring friends to the house, all of whom were presumably underage as well. Joe and Melissa did not feel comfortable allowing this without adult supervision, which is why they said no. No one except Teresa can say why this became such a big storyline on Rhobh. During the episode, Teresa made the incident seem like Joe and Melissa just hated Gia and Teresa, resulting in them not allowing Gia to stay at the shore house. However, when looking at the situation in its entirety, it becomes clear why Joe and Melissa were not comfortable having Gia stay there without adult supervision. Considering her age at the time, Teresa most likely crafted this narrative to make herself not look like the bad person in this situation, as she likes to do regularly. Joe and Melissa were likely in the right in this situation. Most parents of teenage children would surely agree as well. However, by Teresa spinning the story to fit her narrative, she made Joe and Melissa look like the villains here. This situation is quite small in comparison to many of the issues between the Gorgas and Giudices. Since it is so small, it feels ridiculous to be upset over it. But all of these small issues add up over time, which is why Joe and Teresa continue to fight, and why it probably won't end anytime soon. It seems like Teresa and Joe will continue fighting until the end of time, and is unlikely to be resolved when Teresa is spreading false narratives such as this one. The fact that Teresa most likely spun this story to fit the narrative of the Gorgas hating her family says a lot about this ongoing feud. Considering this is such a small issue, it should not impact the relationship in a huge way, but since Teresa decided to blow it up, it most likely will impact the fight later on in Rhobh Season 13 that causes an even larger schism in the family.